Silicon Valley, technology, art, green, and sustainability.
Welcome to another episode of Silicon Valley Tech, Art, Green, and Sustainability, SVTAGS. Today I'm very honored to have Justin with me from Trash Punx.
That's right.
And I'm just so honored. It's just a thrill to meet you and everything that you've done, and it's just so great. But before we talk about Trash Punx, let's talk about you and your background. And
Totally, yeah.
Just found out you have kids. And
Yep, totally. I just turned 21. Just kidding.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, so I'm born.
So you started
raised.
having kids when you were 10?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we're very progressive. I'm born and raised here in San Jose. This is my hometown, and I love it here. And I grew up here, just being and seeing San Jose grow from where it was in the 80s to now. Huge difference here in the Bay Area, and
I
love my city.
The 80s.
Yeah, early 80s. We'll just put it there. Yeah.
So grew up here.
Yeah, I grew up here.
Met your wife here.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, my wife, we both met. Kind of interesting story. We both met at Great America, the theme park right down the street from here. And both of us were performers. I grew up as a drummer.
No, you weren't a performer.
Yeah, I know, right? You can't tell. I'm super shy. I was working for Nickelodeon at the time. Hosted a Nickelodeon show at Great America. She was a dancer, and our good friends at Great America hooked us up, and we went on a couple dates, and the rest is history. We've been married over, gosh, how many years now? Over 10 years, about going on 12 years now, marriage. Wow. So, yeah.
And you do look so young. I would have never.
I use great skincare and lotions.
We'll have to get them to sponsor the next show because we'll plug them for them for you. So I'm going to pull up the first slide, which is, I think, with one of your volunteers, or is this your wife?
This is not my wife. This is, they're beautiful though.
Yeah.
So we have Deb Kramer. She's from an organization called Keep County Creek Beautiful.
Okay.
Another incredible organization.
Is that the lady in the middle?
It's the lady in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, and she runs an organization with some partners called Keep County Creek Beautiful, which works on conservation here in the Bay Area on County Creek. And the other woman, her name is Debbie, and she is an awesome killer volunteer.
Okay.
Her and I both go to church at Echo Church here in San Jose, and just a dynamite person that works with a lot of nonprofits.
So tell us what you do. Tell us what Trash Punx is.
Yeah, so the Trash Punx is actually my personal response to wanting to clean up the city of San Jose. I got sick and tired of hearing myself complain on my commute to downtown San Jose about all the trash in my hometown, and I found myself being, who's gonna clean this up? Who's supposed to be doing this? Isn't this why we pay property taxes and why we pay taxes in general, to have people clean it up? Well, after doing a lot of research, I figured out that there's just not enough resources to get rid of this situation here.
Well, and when we were kids, I'm probably a little bit older than you, but our parents used to say, it's a $1,500 fine if you throw that out the window, right? And you'd feel really guilty. Nobody would throw anything out, but now, I'm constantly picking up in our front yard stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's never ending. And
so that was kind of the light bulb moment when you were driving to work. And
yep, exactly. I was like, I got to do something about this. So I started an organization, just literally a couple friends from my church hanging out. We're like, let's do this. We called it a life group, and so because we do life together. So it eventually spun out to becoming the Trash Punx. I wanted to come up with an urban, very energetic, very different way of actually attracting youth to want to care for the environment and want to care for the city that they live in and grow up in. And so I wanted to make it super fun for one to come on out to volunteer 2 hours on a Saturday. And so I create that atmosphere for all of our volunteers. And so we go out once a month for about 2 hours and just clean up trash and have fun together. We sweat together, we laugh together, and we just have a great time.
So let's pull up the first slide that we've got here, and this is you at one of your booths?
Yeah, this is our booth that we set up here, and we actually just got it.
Looks like you got some milk out there and donuts, coffee, and
we always like to bless the volunteers with coffee or pastries, and I try to get sponsors to sponsor breakfast, whatever it might be. And so out there, we got always get coffee and some type of pastries just to get the energy going and get people ready to go.
So is it an early morning that usually?
Not too early, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I get there early to set everything up.
And usually a Saturday, Sunday?
Always a Saturday.
Okay.
Rarely will we do a Sunday, and usually if it is on a Sunday, we're doing a different style of events, not trash cleanup. We also partner up with a great organization called Operation Care and Comfort, and that's an organization that puts together care packages for our military troops overseas. So and that's a super fun
I know
one.
who they are because my non-denominational church. We did that several times.
Oh,
too.
awesome! Yes, we're doing one up in November.
That's
at the VIA Stadium.
So, are there employees or
the Operation Care Comfort?
No, for Trash Punx. It's all volunteers? Okay.
Yeah, I won't even consider, I'm a volunteer myself. So we have about 530 volunteers underneath the Trash Punx that have come and served. At our events, we have anywhere from 50 to 200 people that come on out.
Wow, let's pull up 2 more slides here really quick.
Totally.
So I think that here is, so there's a group. Are you gathering in the morning there?
Gathering in the morning, we do a morning talk, we let people know.
And you've got the City of San Jose is the anti-graffiti?
Yep, exactly.
Is that what,
Yep. So the City of San Jose's anti-litter, anti-graffiti team partnered with us, and they give us all the litters, the litter stick, the vests, and the trash bags, and they even handle picking it up.
So the litter sticks are the grabby kind of,
Exactly.
And they give you a bucket.
Yep, they can. They give us a bucket or trash bags or whatever. We just fill it up, and then they come literally the next day, or they come the following week and clean up all the trash. It's an incredible organization.
Now, did you just have one?
Yeah, we did.
And
just
was it
a few days
beach
ago.
or?
It's the annual Coastal Cleanup Day. So yes, there's beach cleanups. We participated with Keep Coyote Creek Beautiful and cleaning up that coast, because in a couple weeks we're going to expect some rain here, and so that rain and the trash is going to flow right into the ocean, right into the creeks, but eventually flows into the ocean, and then you deal with a whole bunch of other stuff. So we're going to jump ahead
in the
of that.
mouth of our bay, then where Coyote Creek dumps. That's where you guys,
Yep, exactly.
We're doing
Exactly, totally.
Let's pull up another slide here too, and I think. Yeah, so where's...
Yep. This is literally in our backyard right here. This is right across the street from Happy Hollow Park and Zoo.
Okay.
So this is where one of the nation's largest homeless camps used to be, called the Jungle. And so this is still remnants of the jungle.
And it looks like just a ton of people there.
Yeah.
And I live downtown too, near William Street Park, Olander over there.
Yep.
And which is where we could pull that down, which is where the big flood was last year.
Yes.
And they by the park they've picked up some, but we actually have the creek in our backyard. And there's still a bunch of stuff. And in fact, I think across on the other side, on the 17th side, I think they were doing some like remodeling, and I think they rolled like a water heater, because I don't remember the water heater being there. And there's actually a nunnery, and it's leaning against the nunnery's fence. So I'm thinking,
oh my goodness,
you guys are gonna burn, right, for putting that next to the nunnery, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd love to organize something there to get that. I mean, there's just still trees down, and it's just such a big job. And like you were saying, this particular, there was how many thousands of people were in that area?
Yeah,
the jungle.
Yeah, in the jungle there was a lot. There was like a mini city.
6,000 or
I don't know
not
the
that
exact
many.
numbers, but it was a lot of people.
I think all of San Jose, it's 6,000 homeless, and they kind of dispersed everywhere now. So there's kind of garbage on all the intersections now, and it's a huge task to undertake. And thank you for taking this on.
Oh, no worries. I just wanted to create an organization that's really easy for people, like normal people that are working, and that just I just want to come out for like an hour and do it. Like, come on out. I'll give you everything. I'll give you gloves, anything. You just show up. You can show up in your pajamas if you want. Just wear closed-toe shoes, and you're all set.
And then I know people have masks sometimes too.
Yep, there's masks too, because it can get real rank down there, especially with the last event that we just did. You kind of tend to know certain areas you avoid. If there's toilet paper in one area, you just stick.
Well, I didn't put the photo up of a lady holding a needle, so there's that kind of stuff.
Of course.
And then that basket that you had.
Oh man, it's crazy.
My fiance, when his past work did a cleanup day, one of the cleanup days.
Yep.
It took like 5 guys to pull that basket
Oh my
because it was so stuck in the mud.
Yep.
You think it's just going to be an easy thing, but it gets stuck in there and it's really hard to pull out. You almost need a crane.
Yeah, the worst thing is finding like carpets and any type of fabric kind of materials down in there because, you know, they live down there. Mattresses, they get soaked with the water and messes it up. So really, you know, the heart of everything is just to keep everything beautiful and help out these the wildlife that is trying to flow around the river, down the creek to you know, just get some food. I mean, they're hurting this.
Well, I know when I was a kid, my Portuguese grandfather would make us go down with a bucket and catch crawfish.
Oh, right, yeah.
And
totally.
I actually, even though there's trash down there, I saw a herring, blue
that's
herring,
amazing.
like picking something out, and it kind of flipped it up in the air and down the hatch. So the creek still has some fish or something in there, which is good. Let's pull up another slide here.
Yeah, they're slowly coming back, the wildlife.
So tell us what this is here on the right. You see the buckets?
Yep. So you see the buckets here. So our volunteers basically, they fill up the buckets full of trash or anything else, and also recycled materials like, you know, aerosol cans.
What's the map?
The map right here is the potential coyote meadows trail. Trail stuff, because if you've never been there before, which I've never been there before until recently when I did the site visit, it is beautiful down there. There's a really nice railway trestle down there. That's a great spot for like
so is this the Bay Area
or something.
The Bay Area?
Really cool. Yep, it's right across the street from Happy Hollow Park and Zoo on Center Road and Story Road, and it is just, when I was down there, it's actually really peaceful. You think it's loud with the 280 and Story Road right there, but actually once you go down below, it's really beautiful down there. It's going to be a great trail area eventually when we clean it.
Is it kind of dried out now too after summer?
No. Yes and no. You know, sometimes there's still homeless that go down there, and so they will they'll make food or whatever, and unfortunately sometimes it gets a little out of control. So the fire department will have to come out and quench that and take care of that.
So green and sustainable. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Have you won some awards for that?
No, I have not won any awards.
Well, you need to. Maybe we need to start an SVTAGS award and give you, you know, for your effort is what it. You know, you've done a great job at this.
Thank you.
Tell us the most exciting part of what you're doing. What's the most exciting thing?
Yeah, the most exciting part is watching the kids out there and get inspired. And really, that's what drives me. And, you know, selfishly, I just want my boys to see this is what we do as a family. We go out and we serve our community. We volunteer. We give back to what we have. We have so many awesome opportunities here in San Jose and in the Bay Area. This is such a small sliver of what we can do to give back. Clean up trash, and even though it's not ours, it doesn't matter. We still need to care for the environment. I think it stems from when I was growing up. I was a Boy Scout. I'll still say I am a Boy Scout. I'm an Eagle Scout, and so that's what they teach you. They teach you about when you camp somewhere, you leave it better than it's ever been.
Kind of like the Burning Man thing.
Oh yeah, exactly
right?
like
that. You don't leave anything. And when we were kids, the same thing. You go to the beach and you see a bottle or you see something, you pick it up and you take it to the trash can, right?
Yep,
and
100%.
It's kind of gotten a little bit, you know, overwhelming with the beach too. You see all the garbage there that people, they don't take out what they brought in, right?
Right.
Which is not respecting the beach and the environment.
Yep, totally.
I'm gonna pull up another. I think we're behind on the slides, so let's pull up another 2 slides here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this was a nasty spot. So this was literally, it looked like as if a dump truck backed up down into the ravine and just unloaded and took off at 90 miles an hour, and the entire thing came out. This is what we walked into.
Is this Coyote Creek too, or?
This is right there. This is exactly where
Happy Hollow.
Yep, right across the street from Happy Hollow. So this was literally piled full of trash. In that particular area, we collected probably about 100 bags of trash.
We can put it down.
And so for that entire event that we just did this past weekend, in about a 3-hour span of time of 150 volunteers, we collected a little over 7 tons of trash, which calculates out to 300 massive bags of trash.
So, just thinking out loud, where do you take it? Does the city of San Jose help you with this?
They do, 100%.
Okay.
So I'm not the only organization that's cleaning up trash.
Okay.
Neighborhood associations go out there. People like yourself can just go out there and do it. And all they need to do is call the City of San Jose's anti-litter, anti-graffiti team, and they'll hook you out with everything. Gloves.
Well, yeah,
litter
I've
sticks.
called a couple times for the graffiti, and and they sent me a stick and a bucket.
Oh, did they? They're like cleaning up.
You're like, you're the neighborhood girl.
Yeah, I know, right?
This was before the flood, and then things got clean. I think actually that's a good question. You were there for the flood too, helping, right?
Yep, we were there for the flood. Actually, that was one of our first events. Was at the Alum Rock Village, and it was like where a lot of the evacuees were staying at the school right by there. And so we wanted to clean up the Alum Rock Village area because These people just got evacuated out of their houses because of the flood. They have nowhere else to go. They're living on a cot in a cafeteria. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to clean the area around them because there was a ton of trash that would just, that's
and
always
mud
there.
And all kinds of stuff, right?
And so we just wanted to make it nice for them. If they're going to Starbucks or going down the street to grab something to eat. We wanted this to just make it nice for them, just so they leave, because they have nothing. And so so we just wanted to spend a couple hours and clean that area. And that was one of our first events out there. It was really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. How do you get funding? Do you do grants or?
So funny you say that. I just applied for a grant, a Beautify SJ
Yay.
grant.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
I
but
hope. Come on, City of San Jose. I hope that they get it, right? You better get it.
Yeah, I know. Because it costs a couple $100 per event to run my particular events because of how I like to run my events. And I want to make sure it's a great experience for the volunteers. The volunteers need to be celebrated. They need to be blessed. And so I don't just have people showing up and grabbing a bag and taking off by themselves. I want it to be a community effort. I want to give them a breakfast or something nice just to say thank you. And so, the way that I fundraise is literally I have a donation section on my website that people give back. Also, if I ever need any additional funding, I'll reach out to the church and they'll help me out too. I Echo Church, and they'll definitely help out.
So has that been the biggest challenge for you, or what's been the biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge is helping out with funding, because most of my events I throw out a couple $100 out of my own pocket to help fund whatever it is. I get a massive discount on a photographer to take shots, but
I know. And by the way, let's mention that too.
Yeah.
The photos that are coming up. He has a great photographer.
Yeah.
Let's pull up another slide right now. It's his name's here. So Adam, how do you say it again?
Adam Brioza.
Okay.
And he's actually
I mean, look at this photo. It's such a great photo.
Yeah.
And it's a photo of people taking photos. And I guess we should mention that right now. You have a really big social media kind of program. We could pull that down that you've.
I basically I'm reaching out to the kids out there that are on screen time like 8 hours a day.
And that looked like 8 kids on there.
Yeah,
all taking a picture of something at the same time. And so it's going out to their Instagram and
Exactly.
Snapchat and all that.
Totally. And I'm just using the power of social media to get the word out.
And is it Trash Punx on
Trash
all of those?
Punx.
Okay.
Yep. It's super easy.
Facebook and
Facebook at the Trash Punx. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What's been the biggest win for you?
Oh man, the biggest win for me, I think, is literally just every time I show up. I never know how many volunteers, because you can have 100 people RSVP, but maybe only 50 show up. So it's always like an anticipation thing where you're like, oh man, I wonder if people are going to come. And then when they come, and when you give your talk, your speech, or inspiring kids and adults and just thinking of what they do, I love that. I get a win every single Saturday.
Well, and you said sometimes 200 people will show up. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it's sometimes overwhelming, because I'm like, do I have enough food and coffee?
And that's like just a drop in the bucket too. I mean, for the city of San Jose, we're like over 1 million people now, right?
Yep.
I mean, the last
it's going up.
The last statistics they did was a little bit less than that, but now it's just grown so much, right? And so the next time it's going to be probably be well over 1 million, and then as the Facebooks and Googles come into town, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Let's pull up 2 more slides right away. I think we've got 2 more before we get to the community slide.
Yeah.
So here again, more.
So here we are in same spot, Coyote Meadows here, and a couple. Actually, you'll see the woman in the middle. She's from the downtown street scene, which is another fantastic organization.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah, they are awesome, and so they basically bring in homeless and they put them to work. They have them clean up trash around the city.
And so it looks like there's about a dozen people there. And is that Coyote Creek too, or is that a different?
Same spot, Coyote Meadows. Yep.
Let's go to the next one really quick too.
Yep.
So here you've got
you can see a tent set up that a homeless person was living down there. And we don't mess with the areas. They're there. They're hanging out. Let them hang out.
I love the black and white photo at the top.
Yeah, that's
you had some black and whites, and you said it was hard to pick which photos because you've got such great photos. And a couple guys, I mean, these looks like a younger guy and an older guy helping each other bag that stuff. Let's pull that down. I mean, it's just, it's an amazing thing what you're doing.
It's a generational thing, partnering up with, the younger generation and the older generation, being able to share stories is really cool. It's just so inspiring to see everybody out there just having a good time, sweating together. And I really want to create a good experience for everyone.
I think, is there one more slide before our community slide? Let's bring that up really quick too. Yes.
Yeah,
This
so
is
that
the
was
one
it.
I was looking. This.
Yeah.
What is this here? Tell
So
us.
this is underneath the trestle
Okay.
where the railroad line used to go over there. And gosh, that spot, that was a lot of.
So that's
where we found
at near Happy Hollow,
Yes,
or
right across the street. These are all right across the street from Happy Hollow, right on Story
kind of.
Road.
There's. We can pull that down. There's the old Costco is there, so it's like Walmart is on one side, and then.
Yep. So it's just you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be Price Club back in the day.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Price Club.
Right.
And so
right
one
over
side
there.
is that, and the other side's Happy Hollow. So it's somewhere there with a train. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Okay.
there's a train trestle there, which actually is a great spot for photo shoots. But
that was a great photo.
Down below was just nastiness. That's actually where we found probably.
Well, that's
I think
part
it
of
was
where
like
the
50
jungle was, I think.
Right.
Right. And they've kind of dispersed, but some people have come back probably.
Yep.
And
We probably found about 75 needles there.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
all in, and we threw it all in a like a to-go platter from a restaurant. Literally a platter. That was the most amount of needles.
So did they
I've
give you
ever seen.
do they ever give you boxes or anything to put it in?
Yep.
Or?
Yeah. There's specifically trained volunteers that will
Okay.
handle needles. I usually will handle all the needles. I don't want any of the other volunteers doing it. So
Okay.
there's a specific way that you put the sharps away, and then I go to the closest hospital or fire department, whatever's close, and I drop off all the nastiness.
Yeah, there was the photo that you had. There was a lady, and the needle looked bigger than her head. She was a tiny lady.
Yep.
I mean, it was just So
we found a crack pipe too down there.
I've heard of all kinds of things.
Yeah,
People find
counterfeit money.
Because this is a family program. Like we can't.
Oh,
see
yeah,
some
sorry.
Of the things that you find
Yeah,
down
yeah.
there, but I mean that's okay. But there's some things that you wouldn't want your kids to find. When they're doing
It's
that.
good. I mean, it's good for conversation though, because they need to know like what's going on too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the community. Let's pull up our community slide. What do you need from the community?
Yeah, what I need for the community is literally, if you can't make it out to a Trash Punx event, you can go to the trashpunx.org. If you want to help out, all you got to do is go to our website. There's a link that says Join Us, and you can just click on it. You'll be added to our email list. We do events once a month,
and that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So you do your own events once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Is there events that you attend that's important for learning about the environment and the trash? And is there anything that's
yes, 100%. So if you're
and again,
into,
once a month for people.
Yeah, once a month for people. But if you're interested in conservation, helping out the wildlife, Happy Hollow Park and Zoo has a great conservation program, and so they'll do conservation talks, talk about how to do, exotic animal conservation from jaguars.
Well, and I know they have
to
the
honeybees.
Into the Congo too.
Yep, yeah,
and,
the Congo events.
I don't know if they're still doing it, but they had a Valentine's event.
Yep.
Where it was a progressive dinner, and
Yes.
they bring the
Jungle
animals
Love.
out. Jungle Love, and
Super
they do
fun.
some really great events.
All based around conservation.
We've had them on the show a couple times. We have to have them back too.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to let them know.
I will definitely let them know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So if people want to do an event with you, can they contact you?
Yeah, all they got to do is email
Okay.
me. I've actually had a couple different neighborhood associations and just people from the public email me, and if I can fit it in the schedule, for sure, I would
Okay.
love to come to your neighborhood and help you all out. But I need your help too, whoever is contacting me, to help organize it, hit up the neighbors and whatnot.
I always ask this question, what's the one technology that you can't live without?
Woo! One technology I can't live without. Now it's my cell phone.
I was
Got
going to
everything
say,
on
it's
there.
right here next to me. It's a cell phone, right?
Because I mean, even if you lose your wallet, I got my credit card info on there. Everything's on there.
Yeah.
And you got photos from the kids and videos, and
I was
really.
just talking to a friend of mine who, her kids, she said that her kids, the plans change minute by minute.
Yeah.
And we were kids, you had to be home at 3 or whatever, and
Right.
and then you had to check in and then go to your plans. And now it's like, oh no, Mom, the plans changed now. I'm going here. No, 2 seconds later it changes again. And
I know, right?
The convenience of the phone, it's a great thing. But again, with the kids, I don't know. So
Yeah, exactly. We need just
but
need to, we
you
need
could
to
track
install
them
like
that
a
way.
yeah. We need
Yeah.
to install a GPS thing inside the kids. At least mine. They're crazy. They're wild.
Is there any advice you have for others that are starting nonprofits?
Yeah.
So how long has it been a nonprofit?
We've been in since 2017, January of
Oh,
2017.
wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And honestly, you just got to have the passion, the drive, and never give up. You're going to hit roadblocks, you're going to hit barriers, you're going to meet people that are going to bum you out. Don't listen to them. Go past them and break through the barriers, break through the walls, and go 100%. Never stop. Be like a railroad, just blasting right through. And I get you know, people, believe it or not, I get people that are negative Nancys all the time. And you know what? I don't listen to all that negative stuff. I listen to the positive
off your shoulder.
People. Yeah.
Forget that.
Oh yeah, forget that.
So was there something particular that helped you in starting your nonprofit?
Yeah, totally. Just meeting with other people, finding a good mentor and asking advice from them, and just meeting with them on a daily basis. I meet with a men's group every Wednesday, and we talk about everything from business-oriented stuff to personal stuff, and that's really helped me out personally as a leader here in Silicon Valley to take it to the next level. You got to communicate. You got to have a mentor or a group of people that you hang out with, whether it's a women's group or whatever it might be, and just make connections with people, but not in a selfish way.
And I think we met, I can't remember if it was the Silicon Valley organization or if it was the, you were talking about starting nonprofits with 2 other nonprofits.
Oh, yes.
And was it the arts organization?
It was the Humane Society, and also it was, what was it? Michael from, it was from the convention center.
Okay, yeah. And you guys kind of did a panel about starting nonprofits, which was really interesting.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun.
So it's just been a short time you've been a nonprofit. And again, how long has this organization been around?
We've been around since January of 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
so pretty recent.
Good work. And almost every month or every month?
Every month.
Every month.
Every month.
No breaks for you.
And we'll see how this grant turns out.
Okay.
If it's not, it'll be every.
What about
month.
during the holidays too? Do you still?
Yeah. So if it's during the holidays, we'll do more indoor events like Operation Care and Comfort for the military packages. Because once it gets to rainy season, it's too hard to do.
It's hard to get out there unless you got some big boots or.
Yep.
Or you get a boat, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Do you guys ever do that too? Just like with the river cleanup? Okay.
I would love to go to the Santa Cruz and just hang out.
Well, just in Coyote Creek too.
Oh, that's
you probably can't get to some of the stuff unless you have a boat or.
Right.
You know.
Some of the stuff is really lodged in there, like that shopping cart and that photo you saw. I mean, there's no way you can take that out. You got to get like an ATV and
or a really tall person.
Yeah,
with big weights.
I fell in the creek a couple cleanups ago, and I had to throw up my boots because who knows what's in that creek.
Do you have an extra change of clothes? Probably, huh?
You know, I went home that day just in my underwear.
So we just have like 1 minute left. So what do you want to leave the audience with, really quick?
Oh man, I want to leave the audience with passion. You know, if there's anything you want to do, whether it's starting an organization to benefit the community or literally just you're stuck in a rut right now. You're trying to get out. You need to get a job. You've been applying places, but nothing's happening. Just do it. Let me be that inspiration for you just to keep going forth it and never give up. Never give up.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
And, I'm getting the close. So thanks to the audience. And again, follow Trash Punx on all their social media for SVTAGS. We're Twitter, Facebook, www.svtags.org. It's a Google beta site, so you have to put the www. Make this a great Tags Week by conserving, reusing, and rethinking the way that you choose to live here in Silicon Valley and beyond. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.